everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's good to have everyone on the call today. Today is May. Celebrate the Nurses Week, right? Today is supposedly the last day we celebrate Nurses Week. It usually spans from May 6th to 12th, right? So, in this session, we are going to be talking about relocation to the UK, to Canada, to US, right? We have two speakers on board. We're having Nurse Ayokunumi Owolade and Nurse Kafaya Spokwala, Nurse Kafi, right? So, I will be introducing our first speaker now. She'll be talking about relocation to the UK and relocation to Canada, right? It's going to be a double-edged one, but we'll try to wrap it up as quickly as possible. But I want to sound to us something very important. She already has a package, right? She already has a recorded session on our YouTube channel about relocation to Canada. So she will not be going into so much details. If you want to get all the details, plenty of details, it is in that link. And if you need the link, please do well to reach out to me. I'm going to share. So I'm going to bring in up our first speaker now. Her name is Nurse Ayokunumi Owolade. She's a registered nurse. She's a registered midwife from the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria, right? She has a bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of Derby, United Kingdom. She has 13 years working experience as a nurse, and she has worked in several departments in nursing. She currently works with the NHS UK, and she used to be my roommate in school when we're in nursing school. I believe we can see that that's a very important information, right? I lost you, Esther Solomon. Are you back on the stream? Okay, looks like you're back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she was my roommate in school, and it was a really exciting time being a roommate. She's also a blogger, and she has awesome videos on our YouTube channel. So please welcome with me our first speaker for tonight.
Network is bad.
Yes, it is, ma'am. Let's hold on.
Welcome on board, Nurse Ayokunumi. We are really welcome on board, everyone. Nurse Ayokunumi, over to you. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adesua, my roomie, as I used to call her. Yeah, thank you for having me on this very wonderful program, and happy Nurses Week to everybody. I'm happy to be here to share with you some information, to nurses especially, that can help you to be a better nurse and then in progress in your career as a nurse. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you, Adesua, for inviting me. So just a brief introduction about myself. She's already said everything. My name is Ayokunumi, and then for my nickname, people usually call me Nurse Owoblo. I have a YouTube channel, as she said, which is Nurse Owoblo. And then, so if you want any other information as regards to relocating to United Kingdom, especially, but even relocating to every other part of the country as a nurse, then do well to go check the video out or contact Adesua, because we can't really touch every aspect in just one video, because there are so many information that is there for us to gain experience from other people that have done it, and to also help us in our own journey towards living our own country, which is Nigeria, and then coming to abroad, which can be United States, Canada, Australia, everywhere. That is why I'm excited to be a nurse, because really being a nurse has put you on an edge over every other kind of profession. Well, we might not be paid very well, because yes, all over the world, not even only in Nigeria, nurses are the least paid profession, and we are the least paid profession, and as well, we are the most recognized profession. So it's just negative and positive. You might not be well paid, but I tell you, you have several opportunities at your fingertips. You can go, the world is at your fingertips. You can decide to relocate anywhere at any time, any if you want to. So yeah, just a brief head start to what we are going to be doing today. So Adesua, over to you. I think we lost her. Yeah. So yeah, we lost Adesua. So let me just continue. Let's continue. I think we lost Adesua. So yeah, so let me just continue about the relocation procedures or processes. If you want to come to, I'll give you a brief rundown of United Kingdom and then touch on Canada, and then even a little bit of Australia, because yes, as I said, you are a nurse, you are versatile, you are needed anywhere, anytime. So if you want to relocate to United Kingdom as a nurse, I'm sure as nurses, most of us know the step-to-step process. And I would say the most important step, and the one that's really been, what will I put it, being really difficult or standing as an obstacle to nurses from relocating, is the English test. Yes, the English test. So I think one very big hurdle one has to cross is passing the English test, which is the IELTS exam. As long as you have the requirement for the IELTS exam, I think every other step is easy peasy. Although nowadays it's getting difficult to find a job as a nurse in the UK because we have been put on the red list country. But even at that, people are still getting. But I would say, and I would agree, it's becoming difficult because I'm sure so many people will be like, yeah, they've done everything and still they haven't gotten a job yet. So it's becoming very hard because of the WHO has put us on a red list at the moment. But notwithstanding, people are still getting, and I'm sure, and I hope and I pray that if you are ready at this stage of just securing a job, you would get one as soon as possible. So to the step, I said IELTS is the first hurdle you have to cross. And passing IELTS, for some people, you might be lucky. You might do it once and fame. Yeah. But for some of us that we're not too lucky, I won't consider myself not to be lucky, but time and season happens to them all. So if it is your time, if it is your season, then it will become easy for you at the right time. So IELTS, do as well as possible to pass your IELTS. So many people give up at this stage. So many people give up at this IELTS stage and they say, oh, so anybody that comes to me and say, I don't know, is there any other way? Hello, Adesua.
I'm so sorry, I got cut off.
I guess that's much. So I have continued. Anyways, I knew. So I've continued with the, so I'm in the process.
Okay.
So I said the very first thing is crossing the hurdle of passing IELTS. That is the very first thing. And I think that is the most difficult part of this relocation process. Because if you already pass IELTS and the other steps are just easy peasy. So many people get discouraged at this IELTS level. I'm using this medium to tell you that do not get discouraged about the IELTS. You continue until you have your results. Continue this IELTS. You can do it. If you can do it, because I don't want to, I'm sure, or I hope that we don't have the people on the stream are only in this group or in this discussion are only Nigerians. However, even if they're any other country, people from India, we have so many of them here in the UK and even in every other part of the country. And Filipinos, they migrate a lot to the United Kingdom and even America or Canada. These people, if they can pass English tests, I think we can too, because I speak to so many one of them, I communicated with them in English, and I would say, I'm not trying to run them down, that our English is still, because we were colonized by the British people, isn't it? So they taught us in English. So so that English test, I'm using them to encourage people. You can do it. You can have your result. Keep doing it. avail yourself of all the resources for you to pass, and have that kind of positive mindset that yes, it can be done. And if it can be done, it can be done. So you can do it. So if you pass your IELTS and you get, and really recently the Nursing and Midwifery Council of UK really came down on their hard score. I'm not saying it's that, but because you have to have a overall of 7, and then you have to have at least 6.5 in writing. Now the requirement has really now, I would say, is more friendlier, or more, I don't know what to call it. So now the requirement have changed, and it's really more easier, because now they can allow you to combine 2 results. They used to allow 2 results, but it must be in a space of 6 months. Now you can combine 2 results even in a space of a year, or even, I don't think they have a cap to how many years now, although
a year,
yeah. So you can, so that is a good one. And then your 6.5, you can, even if it's a little, if you have a 6 in writing or any other one, as long as you have it, you can combine those results. And so it's really, people have been taking use of that new NMC guidance, and they've been coming in. So I think it's a good thing. So after the IELTS, most people even write the CBT exam, which is the computer-based test. You write your computer-based test, then the next thing is to start looking for work. I said earlier, when I lost you, when we lost the connection, that getting a job now, people will say, is very difficult in the UK, because I have so many people that they've passed their tests, their CBT, computer-based test, and they are just waiting to get on an employment into the into the country, so that they can give them a work permit. And really, people have been coming to me and saying, oh no, I agree, it's been very difficult nowadays, because during my own time, I had so many offers. I was even using some people to play. I had so many. I think I had like 8 to 10 offers, and I had enough of choices to choose from. But nowadays, to even get one offer is very difficult, and that is because UK has put Nigeria and some other African countries on the red list country. And what does this red list mean? It means that they are not allowed to take nurses or professionals from other countries that develop. No, Nigeria is not even developing, is it? It's underdeveloped, isn't it? Yeah, from underdeveloped countries such as Nigeria, because they are causing a brain drain. So, and it is against the law. The law has been there, really. It has been there. You should not cause a brain drain in the underdeveloped country. But really, they've been ignoring this law. But because of the influx of people that have come in over the years, the WHO has had to now make the law very strict. So the United Kingdom has no choice now, although they are still recruiting from Nigeria, but they cannot do it en masse, because during our own time, like in my cohort, some can be as much as 50 coming in at the same time from Nigeria alone, another 50 from Canada. So so many of us. So, but now they just do it not as much as they used to. So I would encourage people, continue this your job hunt, go on NHS job, go on track job, go on Indeed, and then apply as much as you can. Those online job application has made things easy. You can do a CV format, and you can even apply for jobs 20, 30 in a day, as much as you have time. And hopefully, because people are really they have been getting discouraged, they will get back to you. But really, I agree that it's coming difficult to get jobs in the UK because of the red list. However, as I said, those are the steps. Your IELTS first, your computer-based test, you get a job, you come over to the UK, then your employer will sponsor you to write the final test.
I think we lost her.
No, you can hear me?
No, Scaffy, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, we can hear you now.
So then you do your OSCE, which is your objective structured exam. The OSCE, we all do that back home too. And then you get your NMCP, and boom, you convert into a registered nurse. Before you pass your NMC, you are working as a healthcare assistant, but it's just for a few months, and then you become a nurse. So that's for the UK process. Now, I have been advising people, because people have been looking for jobs. Some people, their IELTS, their CBT is expiring. Some has even expired. So I say, as I said, when the connection was lost, the first point I said is that as a nurse, you are needed everywhere. Nursing is not I'm happy I'm a nurse. I am grateful to God that I scaled through School of Nursing and eventually I became a nurse. I'm forever grateful for my parents and for myself for counting myself for the finishing the nursing school. Because now It's not only UK. I've been telling people UK is becoming saturated now. Now, if we are under red list country, they're not giving you a job, then go to other countries. Go to other countries. US is there, Canada is there, Australia is there, and so you can go through any other route. Don't just be in one like, oh, because UK is very easy, really. It's easy and fast. But nowadays, people are not getting the job. Now let's go into the Canada route. That is why, if they usually say if one door closes, what happens? Another one opens. Now, since the restriction because of the WHO red list, now another door has opened. Recently, we all know Canada used to be very strict on healthcare workers, not only nurses, even as doctors. I remember I used to work with one doctor that the husband was in Canada, but she just could not go because she wanted to pass all her medical exam before she could cross over to meet him. But it was taking years. 1 year, 2 years, 3. She had to leave even without getting those exams done. So it's a lot, even for nurses, before you pass through NAS, before you write your NCLEX, but now the door is opened to nurses in Canada. They are looking for nurses now. Really, they are even putting down money that if you stay 1 year, you can earn $10,000. Yeah. So, and then all the ordeal that people usually experience and why everybody moved away from going through the Canada route has really been taken away. And the main order is the NAS. They are qualifying body with the NAS, because before they answer you, it takes years. 1 year you are still there before they give you the authorization to write your NCLEX and everything. All those order has been taken away. Now they are trying to use the UK process now, because if you go through the Nova Scotia route, we just started May 1, and I'm sure so many people have really keyed into that. Although the application, there's now traffic, so there might be delay in
so much traffic.
Yeah, there might be delays. But let's calm down. They are going to answer us, because because people are very eager, but it will take them time to process all it. Alberta is also there. Alberta has started way back, even before Nova Scotia. So the plan, this is the route now. If you want to go through the Canada route, they would have to give you a provincial license to work as an healthcare assistant first, because you need to pass your NCLEX. But another thing, good news is that some already have NCLEX, because they are doing the US route. They already have NCLEX. So if you have NCLEX for the US route, you can as well use it for the Canada route. So you are using one stone to kill two birds. So you can even be a registered nurse in the US and also be a registered nurse in Canada, just with that NCLEX exam. So the very first thing, if you have not passed your NCLEX, you need to pass it, but you don't need to pass it before you go to Canada. That's a beautiful thing now, because before now, you need to have your NCLEX before you go to Canada. But now, they've made the process very easy. You have to register. If it's through the Alberta route you want to go through, there's a form. You can anybody that needs the link, you do well to ask Adesua. I can send her the link to go to the application page in the Alberta healthcare services. One good thing about the Alberta healthcare services is that after submitting your application, if you are successful, which I'm sure you would be, as long as you are a nurse, you'll be successful. They get back to you, and then you submit the documents that they require. One beautiful thing about Alberta is also that the Alberta Health Service is going to pay for your application. The government is going to pay for your application if you go to through the Alberta Health Service route. So you are really not paying much. I think you are only going to pay for, I've forgotten what you are going to pay for, maybe verification or something. That is the only thing you are going to pay for, which is something you can afford. The main bulk of the application fee, the government is going to pay for you. So when you get paid, when they pay for you, and then you have to do a criminal check. So you need a police clearance from your country or any country you have lived in. If you are in United Kingdom, you need a police clearance from United Kingdom. And you also need from Nigeria, because all the country you have lived in from the age of 18 and above, you need to produce a police clearance. Yes. Yeah, you need to, because and at 18 you are considered.
I think that will be the hardest part. That one will be the hardest part.
It's not the hardest part. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not the hardest part. To get a police clearance in Nigeria, it used to be 5,000, isn't it? But now
it was even 3,000 at the point. It was 3,000 for ourselves.
Yeah. But now,
it's expensive.
On us.
Yes, it's expensive now.
40-something 1,000 naira. It used to be very easy.
The money is not even the problem. People can always get money. But I heard on a group, was NJO. Yes, I think it was NGO. People were arguing about it and they were like, I beg go, criminal offense. I beg go, police clearance. I don't get power for that one. So those people have actually applied. They've applied, but I don't understand what's carrying them in that area. I don't know for them.
You have not committed a crime. You have not committed a crime, then you should not be afraid.
Exactly.
Really. It's a straightforward process.
Most of the time you walk in, you sit down there, then you collect.
You know the problem. You know the problem because the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of whatever, is it police or whatever, is under the government, and the government generally has put out a rule, kind of restricting health professionals from moving. So if you now need to get police clearance from them, it will be as if the process may not be as straightforward as it used to be before.
It might be.
I think that's the major.
It will still happen. That won't stop you. It might be delayed.
We have
it will be delayed, right? But that doesn't stop you from.
Yes, you have freedom of movement.
You have your freedom of movement. They didn't pay for my school fees. I did. They can do that to the doctors. Yeah. They can do that to the doctors because they've passed the bill now for the doctors. Because most
they passed the bill, yeah.
They did sponsor them for their residency. So that is why they have a little right on them, which is unfair, really. But well, it can still be argued that, we sent you to school, so you should at least pay some allegiance to us, work for us for a period of time before you move ahead. Well, that can still be arguable, but you're not under any as nurses. I paid for my school, or my parents did, so you cannot tie me down. I can japa anywhere I want to japa. So for the doctors, they can do that. They sent you for your residency program because they pay a lot of money for them. So they're asking them, give back to the country before you go. Well, we don't want to delve into that now. So that is their own. But for nurses, you cannot hold us down. We paid for our school fees ourselves. We paid us, so we can go anywhere we want to.
They said they want to extend it to nurses now.
No,
and medical lab scientists, they want to extend it.
It won't work for us.
It's going to be dead on arrival because it's going to affect some of their people. So it's going to be dead on arrival.
Yeah, it's not going to work for us. It's not really.
It can't work. It can happen.
It can happen. We are very sure.
Oh, good.
We are positive. So the police clearance, really, if anybody is scared about that, I don't think it's something that someone should be. It's a straightforward process. It won't tie you down. You will be given your police clearance because they need to do a criminal check. There's a background check. Even in UK, if you are moving from one job to another, you still need a DBS. Noscafe, are you in UK?
US.
You are in US. Oh, lovely. So you still need a police.
You do it every time. Like
you do it every time.
You do it for school. You do it like it's like a routine.
It's like, you do it every now and then.
You want to leave the house, you do background check. It's just
you must
like
do a criminal check. So it is a must. So you have to do it. So I don't. And for UK, if you want to do a criminal check, it's easy, very easy. In fact, it can be out within a week. It's the Nigerian system that can be delayed. But here you apply online and you get it sent to your address, the certificates and everything. So
that's awesome.
So it's not something that can delay the process. So for if they do your criminal check, the background check, you do your Nursing and Midwifery Council verification, which can also be a delay. Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria is, I don't know, we are supposed to step up our game. Because verifying if I want to do the Canada process now and I want to verify myself as a UK nurse, I'm sure it will be the same thing for NOSCAF. It will be very easy to verify yourself as a new US nurse. I just need to go into my NMC portal and then click verification of a third party. It's going to be on there and then.
That's it.
I don't need to be knowing someone in Nursing and Midwifery Council and calling or having to pay money to do this. It's going to be.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it is a straightforward process. But that is why it is easy for someone in the UK to move to anywhere or someone in the US. I'm sure US nurses don't want to move anywhere because they are well paid.
They are the only one not interested in moving.
Yeah, so I'm sure they are cool where they are. No, they are not going to be moving anywhere.
Some people want to leave anyways. Some people want
to leave.
Yeah, it is different everywhere for everybody.
That's
everybody has their own personal reasons for being somewhere. Some people here in the UK, that are some of my friends. They are like, where am I going to? I'm okay here. Is it US that they will use gun to kill you that you want to go to? Is it Canada that is extremely cold? Like, I'm okay the way I am. So different things, folks, for different people.
Views.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
different people. So as I said, you can go anywhere you like as a nurse. You have that edge over every other profession. I would always say that. So for the Canada route, that's the way it is. Alberta is very good. Nova Scotia, there's a lot of traffic now. So they give you a provincial license. You go there, you work as an HCA, and you're supposed to pass your NCLEX within 12 months, which is and then you have only 3 attempts. After 3 attempts, then I don't think it should be
Back to your village.
No, you won't go back to your village. You will pass NCLEX. You will pass NCLEX. It's just being yeah. Me, if I put my mind to do that, and I want some people to have that positive spirit, you can
will
do.
pass NCLEX.
Yeah.
NCLEX is the least of your problem.
You will pass NCLEX. Why won't you? You will pass. You will pass. There are so many materials that are there.
People schooled here. They're schooled here. They've lived here their whole life, and they are failing NCLEX 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah. So yeah, I see people saying they NCLEX on my 3rd attempt on my what?
You know, life seasons and times, right? It's understandable, but as a Niger trained nurse, like I tell people, I'm the nurse I am today because I trained in Nigeria. A Niger trained nurse.
Our training is very rigorous.
Nothing
very rigorous.
Yeah, very rigorous, and then very intense, very intense. So I think NCLEX should not be a problem. So go to Canada, start working as an HCA, and then you plan on don't be comfortable when you're an HCA.
Sure.
Do not be comfortable. You must always strive to get better. Don't be, because some people they have that kind of fear, like let me stay here.
We are here now.
Canada, let's remain here. And they will not want to.
No, that one is not good.
Because you make sure that your goal is to go there and pass the NCLEX exam so that you can be a registered nurse that you are, not an HCA.
Sure.
So you start off from your AC and then you pass your exam and become a registered, and then you make the money if you want. And then you start making your money. So Canada has so many other benefits that UK does not have, because I think you get your citizenship in Canada as faster than you would do in the US. Yeah, faster. Although you will go on a work permit, because people have been asking me that kind of question: are you going on a permanent resident route? You know, because unlike US for Nurse Cafe, she got a green card immediately, so she went on a permanent. So Canada is not that way. You will go on your work permit, but after 2 years you would get your permanent residence, and I think you can get your citizenship if you have stayed in Canada for 3 or 4 years.
3 years.
Yeah. So in Nigeria, you are already a Canadian citizen. Even in the US, you will have to wait for 5 years because before you are an American citizen. So I think for you getting citizenship in all other countries, comparing Canada and UK, I think citizenship, because my friend just celebrated as like, I was not calculating. I said, when did this girl go to Canada that she's saying that today I become Canadian? And I look back, I said, she just left 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's already a Canadian citizen. So Canadian citizen, I mean. So for that thing is a very good, as a plus for Canada. But at least Nurse Cafe will be I want to talk about more financial aspect too. Canada does not pay well as US does, but they don't pay as well as US. But I would say they pay more than UK, and there are so many other benefits. Canada as well, UK. So, and then just to chip in before I stop talking, Australia route is also there. Yeah, but I think you have to have a degree before you go to that. And Australia route will be more favorable for nurses already in the UK, because if you are in registered nurse in the UK, your registration is known like New Zealand, so you can transfer register your license with New Zealand, and then if you are a registered nurse in the New Zealand, automatically you can be a registered
in
Australia. So, and Australia pays super well for nurses. So we are celebrating Nurses Week. We are here. I am Nurse Adesua, Nurse Cafe. Everybody is here to encourage you that the sky is your starting point. The sky is your limit. You can be anywhere. You can earn money. You can progress in your nursing profession, and you can be happy and have a sense of fulfillment anywhere you have decided to work in any of these countries. So you cannot be restricted. The point is that you have to write the exam. You have to write it. You cannot run away from it. Read your books, write it, and it can be done. If we can do it, then anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Nazayameko.
Thank you.
Oh, is that Ayomiko or Ayokonomi?
Ayokonomi.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I think it was longer than that. Yeah. So
yeah, Ayokonomi.
Thank you so
nice
much.
to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet
so,
you.
Nosadesua, over to you. I think we lost her again.
Yeah, she's good. But Esther is online.
Yes, ma. Good evening, nurse. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing your experience. We hope that all those that are listening presently will gain a lot and tend to ask questions in the comment section. Thank you very much, nurse. We will move over to Nurse Kafia. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. So we'll just ask you similar questions in respect to the relocation, and we hope that you will give us perfect response. Thank you, nurse. So, Nurse Kafia, please, can you introduce yourself?
All right, my name is Kafia Popola. Please feel free to call me Nurse Kafi. I've been in nurse for almost 16 years now.
Wow.
All right. All right, so apparently I've been in different specialty. I've been in the ER, I've been in med-surg, I've been in PCU, but right now I'm in mental health, right? I've actually been in different capacities in those units, and they've made me the nurse I am today. But
wow.
In all of it, I'm a transformational coach, mindset transformational coach. So I'm going to leverage on some things Noza Yokonomi said. And I'm still a student. I'm in my graduate school, 2 more semesters to become a nurse practitioner. I'm a mom. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, full-time student. And that's it. Like in all of this introduction, I need you to see what I'm talking about. I'm a full-time student. I have 4 children, all under 15 years old. 15. My last baby is 3 years old, right? And I'm still working full-time, right? So, but in all of these things, you have to be ready. You have to be willing to give it everything. You cannot limit yourself. You cannot. Because when you say, I'm ready to do this thing, right? Then you're halfway done. That's just the thing, because nobody can stop you at that point. But I need to say, okay, happy Nurses Week to everybody. Thank you for doing what most people want to do. They want to do it, right? Because that's what makes us nurses. That's why everything we go through. But in all you do, I need you to leverage your network. I need you to build your relationship. I'm here today because of whatever relationship I built with Nurse Adesoa is a give and take. Nurses build relationship, build community. I am in the United States today because of a relationship I built in nursing school, right? Even when I was doubting myself that I can't do this, she was gingering me and saying, Kapakilo share, you can do this, right? And I'm here today. It's not about what is she going to give me. It has to be about what are we going to offer each other. It's give and take, right? So yes, we've spoken about that. If you think you can't, you are right. If you think you can, you are right. So it's all about you. I have right. Okay. So I told you I've been in the ED, I've been in PCU, I've been in med-surg, and right now I'm in mental health. So we're going to talk about that in the course of my discussion. Like, why should jump in everywhere, right? That's the beauty of nursing.
Yes.
You can speak wherever you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be an informatic nurse. You can be a wound care nurse. You can choose to be an educationist, right? I want to be a nurse educator. You can be a nurse manager. You can be a flight nurse, right? You can be anything. Like, your license is gold.
Yeah,
it's all encompassing.
You are not limited, as in any way. You can be an insurance nurse, as in you can be an insurance nurse. And I think that's the beauty of United States, right?
Yeah. I think you have more diversity in nursing than we do.
All right. So people have asked me several times, is it worth it relocating to the United States? Yes.
Yes.
Is it worth it relocating to like living in Nigeria, yes. Is it stressful? Yes. Is it depressing sometimes? Yes. Is it going to task you? Is it going to humble you? Yes, it's going to do that. You might have to start all over again, especially if you have spouses. You might have to be the breadwinner for a long time. You might have to, yes, you might have to question your why and like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
It's
you
worth
have to
it.
look back and say, I did it. I did this and I'm here today. I've been in the United States for 4 years. I am in my own house. I bought my own house. Do you understand? So it is something
Wow.
you do, right? You can be whoever you want to
I
be.
told you that US people have money now.
I'm a registered nurse. You understand? There's no limitation. Let me okay. Like, I went to the car. I went for car test drive. I went for test drive last week. I went to Lexus. I went to Toyota. I went to Acura. I just told myself it is not time for me to buy these cars now. So you can be as in see. I need you to dream, create a dream in your mind. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to see yourself? And I need you to feel that that I need you to emotionalize it, right? Give it an emotion. Like, okay, when I get to this point, this is how I want to feel. And I need you to be able to create that for yourself all the time so that you remind yourself that that is how you want to feel every time. You are capable of everything that's in your mind. You can bring your dream to life. So let's get into it. Why are people coming to United States? United States offers you so many opportunities. I think the restriction that Canada has and United Kingdom is because they are mostly government operated. United States is not government operated. We have private institutions, we have government institutions, we have community, like we have state level, we have federal level. So you can choose to navigate and say, I don't want to do this, right? I can be a nurse today and tomorrow I say I want to go into IT. Nobody's going to hold you down. I can work in a private setting today and say tomorrow I want to go and work with a state hospital. Nobody is going to hold you down and say don't do that. So yes, for career opportunities, for growth, people coming to the United States more because we have that. That's why we are Yankee. We don't as in we are Yankee. Guys, we got
Very Yankee.
education. You can go to school to any extent. I've seen people start from being a CNA, certified nurse assistant, and they become doctorate of nursing practice. If you like, see everybody in Jagbe say you can go to school on credit. Shall be going. Maybe you want to go. If you like, tell them you want to pay $50 for the rest of your life. That's okay. That's what you can be anything you want to be, right? So we have the career opportunity, we have the educational opportunity, we have diverse culture. We have Filipinos, we have Mexicans, we have Venezuelans, Nigerians, Black Americans, Native Americans. There are a lot, and the immigrants makes their like we make the bulk of their population right now. Anyways, we have like the workforce.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
either way, there is no way you turn to. You will see your own brand,
Yeah.
your own people, or your own style, right?
See your
even if
brand.
Yeah, sometimes on duty, sorry to cut you off. Sometimes on duty, I just look around and say, there's no British here. We are the only ones.
Exactly, yes. So
Yeah.
like last
All
night,
the nurses and everything.
last
Everybody.
night I work with like the last shift I did, their shift I do, and we were like 5-6 Nigerians in the unit. Is like that, right? But last night
Wow.
we're more diverse. We had an American, I'm a Nigerian, black, we're just more diverse last night. So those are things that happen. Our economy is the forefront of technology. Let UK and Canada people be hearing that. I know they will argue with your
Yeah.
sister.
Pride has entered, though.
Silicon Valley is here. We got it. We got it. Anything you want, right? All right. So yes, that's living space and opportunity. Like seriously, I don't know. US is just it's just everything from career to education to diversity to food to culture to spaces. Well, we have lands. We
We have
have
land, though.
our
Those
houses
houses
are
are
big.
huge.
Our
Oh,
houses
we
are
share
huge.
our own people.
Do you understand? So
Yeah,
yeah,
UK doesn't have
you
land.
can navigate. You can move anywhere. I tell people that the only thing that can limit you in United States is you.
Yourself.
What are you willing to give for that money you want to collect? Do you understand? This money, I want it. What are you willing to give for it? Like, are you ready to sacrifice your family? Are you ready to sacrifice your conscience? Are you ready to sacrifice your sleep? People do 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. See, the thing is, just come to work, show up, and do your job. Wherever you, where else you are going is nobody's business, right? Whether you show up at, and if you don't want to show up at work, just tell them 2 hours before, hi, I can't show up to work today. We can do that too, right? There's no problem. We have some of the best schools everywhere. Argue with your keypad. We have some of the best.
British education is better than US.
Ẹ
Anyway,
máa
we are not
tọra yín, ṣé
going
ìkọlẹ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn ní fake license lọ́jọ́ sí?
Be arguing. I don't understand what you're saying. There was network break. What are they talking about? And that's it, right? See what I'm talking about. The opportunity, the regulation is not as strict as Canada and UK. So things can happen. As in, anything can happen. So when I see Nigeria, when people are saying Nigerians are fraudulent, see, the problem with us, Nigerians, we like Laula, with the loud down, right?
And we all do so
they
much.
know that in developed countries, right, when you get caught, you're in trouble, right? So they know the loud down. People do things, they run things happen. When things will happen, you're like, it can't happen at home. But so look at this. So I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm just explaining what it comes to my mind. Right. So what do you need? What do you need to come to United States of America? You need just your license. As long as you're licensed as a nurse in your own country, Nigeria, you are very eligible to come into United States, right? And the grades we have here is a high health requirement. All we need is a 7 in speaking with a 6.5 overall, right? Like they don't, there's no, oh, what will I use? They don't compromise on the speaking.
Yeah.
Exactly. So whatever you get, just have a 7 in speaking and 6.5 overall. You're good. You are here, right? So, but we are going to evaluate your certificate, right? Because they need to know that it's at par with our education in the United States, right? So there are different bodies that we evaluate your certificates. We have CGFNS, we have ERES, there's Josephine now. But most people kind of move with CGFNS because it's easier and easy to navigate, right? And it's cheaper. Let me use that word because ERES and Joseph, oh Lord, no, not you. They are more expensive, kind of, and they're not that easy to navigate. And either way, even when you do your CES with CGFNS, you still have to go back to CGFNS for your visa screen at the end of the day, right? So that's the problem. That's why most people just like, okay, let's just stick it up with CGFNS so that at the end of the day, when I need my visa screen, I'll be able to get it from them, right? Because they have my document already. I don't have to start all over again. So, right, you need your license, which you already have. Congratulations. You need IELTS. You need an overall band of 6.5, but a 7 in speaking. You are going to evaluate your certificate. They need your certificate evaluated. And there's some board of nursing. It is not like Nigeria, unfortunately. We don't do like Nigeria where, because I'm licensed in Oshogbo or Osun State, I can go to Lagos and work.
Sorry, Nurse Cafe, sorry to cut you. Adesoa, I will be existing soon because I need to catch up on something.
Okay.
Okay.
You're free. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. God bless you. I'll be sharing your link about the Canadian route and Nova Scotia route with everyone. Right. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, Nurse Cafe, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
I really wanted to hear you in details, but I'm sorry. I need to.
No problem, sir. No problem.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right. Bye. All right. So, where was I? Okay. So, where was I? Oops. I have forgotten. Thought lost. Okay. Let's start all over again. You need your license, which you have. You need your IELTS 6.5 overall, 7 in speaking. And once you get that, you are going to have to do your certificate evaluation service, professional certificate evaluation service with CGFNS. That was what I used, so it was easier, right? But most hospital, I need you to know, okay, yes, we are not like Nigeria. Yes, I remember now. We are not like Nigeria. That once I'm licensed in Osun State, I can go and work in Lagos. Right now, they are trying to come together by using the word compact state. Like once you have license in some states, you can work in other states. Out of the 50 states in US, I think it's just about 30 now that are under the compact state, or over 30. So there are still some that are not under the compact state. So that means that there are some states, like if I want to go and work in Maryland right now as a Texas nurse, I have to apply for their visa. If I want to work in New York right now, I have to apply for their license. Sorry. But if I want to work in Maine, if I want to work in North Dakota, if I want to work in Colorado, because they are part of the compact states, that's okay. I don't have to go through all of that process, right? So that's it. We don't have that leverage of freedom of movement like that, but they are trying to bring everybody together. More people are joining the compact state. So after you are done that, there are some board of nursing that are more favorable to internationally educated nurses. Akinyade Damilola will talk about the gun violence, okay? So there are some states that are more lenient with internationally educated nurses because they know that you are not here, you don't have social security number and some other things, right? The board of nurses are lenient that most people from Nigeria or from other countries come into the United States through is Texas. Most people tell you, oh, go through Texas board of nursing, right? Then we have the New Mexico board of nursing and Colorado board of nursing. I actually came in through Colorado board of nursing, so it's kind of easier. You are able to now convert your license or or you are able to endorse your license to all the states that you want to practice with, right? So New Mexico, Texas, and Colorado are very internationally educated nurses friendly. So you can apply through them to come in. Because when you are doing your certificate evaluation with CGFNS or ERES, they're going to ask you which board of nursing are you trying to apply through, right? So you have to pick one of those ones because they are more lenient. Colorado expects you to actually have IELTS. Texas does not expect you to have IELTS before you can start your application and do all of that good stuff. When you register with CGFNS or ERAS, you have to fill their form out, give them all your educational background and everything. They will give you a form that you will have to take to your school and to the nursing council. Some of them now, especially CGFNS, are trying to send the form directly to the nursing council so that because of credibility, right? It has to be your school that will send them the document. It has to be the nursing council that will send the document. If they suspect that there's a foul play, then they might actually deny you, or they might tell you that they're not verifying your license, or they'll tell you to start all over again, and that means you're paying all over again, right? So you fill out the
Oh
form,
my.
send it to your school, send it to the nursing board so that they can verify your license. Your school will verify your education. They send all your transcripts to them. Once CGFNS receive all your documents, I tell people it is the easiest thing to do. Once another thing is, hopefully your school has not changed their leadership in the last few months. Once they change leadership, they have to communicate to CGFNS. I had that issue during my own time. There was a change of administration. Our principal retired. They had to get another person. But by the time they send my document to CGFNS, the signature of the new person is not with CGFNS. So it was not recognized. They actually denied it and
Ah,
tell me to go back to school and tell them to send them a letter that is the new signature that they should be accepting. So they had to send them that
mhm.
signature, then they had to send my document again. So that made my process longer, right? But if all things being equal, if there is no problem with your documents, no problem with your school leadership, everything is good, you get your evaluation in like 3 months, like max 3 months, you are done. They'll even give you a notification that, oh, your CS is ready, but you know you have to pay. It's about $240 or $250 for that. I will get to the agency part and to what you are going to pay. Some agencies will pay that for you, but right now most agencies are not doing that for Nigerians, because when they were doing it for us, paying some of this thing for us, some of our Nigerian people failed their NCLEX and they didn't go back. They didn't do it again, or they didn't pay them back. So eventually they stopped it. But if you do all of this process yourself and you pass your NCLEX, they will
Oh,
definitely help you in, right? So we've talked about you needing your nursing license, which you have, your high IELTS 6.5 overall, 7 in speaking. You have to evaluate your certificates and your license with CES. I tell most people what is important is your RN. If you have bachelors, that's okay. All you have to do is let your employer know that you have bachelors. You don't have to go through, I need to go to NAN to go and collect transcripts. It doesn't concern CGFNS. It's just going to long your process, because before you before you go to your school and want to collect transcript, you know how education system is in Nigeria. It's easy to walk into a school of nursing and find your way around there, right? Than having to go through a university. Except of course if you're a bachelor degree older, like you didn't do your diploma at all, that's okay. But if you're actually a diploma nurse, before you went for your bachelor's, please just verify your diploma alone. Let your employer know that you have bachelor's. You don't have to evaluate your bachelor's. It doesn't increase anything. It doesn't increase. It doesn't let them
okay.
know. Exactly. It doesn't let them now say, oh, she's more educated. It doesn't have to hit, right? It's just more stress for you. It's true. It's just, I'm telling you, it's just more stress for you. So just do your RN. So once that is done, once they get all, once CGFNS said, okay, we have evaluated your credential, it is at par with our educational system, which of course it will be, they will now send your result to the Board of Nursing, which you have picked, which could be Colorado Board of Nursing, Texas Board of Nursing, or New Mexico, right? Because those are the three that are actually internationally educated nurse friendly, right? So once they send it to them, you will have to register on their portal, the Board of Nursing. So you have to register on their portal to let them know that, okay, oh, I've filled, I want to do exam and be registered through your Board of Nursing. But Texas Board of Nursing is about $100. I think so. Yeah, thereabout. You still need background check. Yeah, because you can't run away from it. Unfortunately, sorry. You need background check. You pay $100. Yeah. So when CGFNS is done with you, they will send your credential to them. Then they will evaluate it and say, okay, we have your application already. We have seen what CGFNS has evaluated. Then yes, we think you are ready to take your NCLEX, right? And that's it. So when they give you ATT is valid for 90
Okay.
days. Authority to test, that's ATT, is valid for 90 days. During COVID, they were doing
Okay.
6 months, they were doing 1 year, but I think they reverted back now to their 90 days, because they believe that if you have authority to test, you should be ready within 3 months to be able to take your exam, right? So that's it. For
Yeah.
for you to write NCLEX, because you are coming from Nigeria, NCLEX is about 250 on its own, right? But because you are not in the United States, even if you're in the UK, you have to pay something they call internationally educated, international. You have to pay international. Oh Lord, I can't remember that money. You have to pay an extra $150 because you are not here outside of the United States. So that makes it about roughly $400 for you to write your NCLEX. So whether you're writing in UK, whether you're writing it in, as long as you're not in United States, you have to pay that extra $150. But if you're writing it in United States, you
Mm.
don't have to pay the extra $150, right? That's okay because you are here. They are not going to charge you that, right? So once you are ready, you register for, once you have your ATT, you now go and register for NCLEX. That, okay, I want to write NCLEX now. They have another body that is responsible for that. But I tell people, while you are doing your registration, all you have to do is just start preparing. You need to know that for
Yeah.
everything that you know about nursing in Nigeria, you will forget it. You will delete it out of your system, because I'm sorry to say we are not practicing nursing. We are being assistants. Exactly. You need to understand
Ah,
education. You need to understand your role as a nurse. You need to understand assessment. You need to understand the nursing care as it is and your responsibility in that regard, right? You cannot come with that sense to go and write the NCLEX. And I think that's the problem most people are having. But while you are reading, you have to take it out of you, because they will tell you, there are some questions they'll say you prioritize, which one do you think is the best, which one do you think is the least, right? So you have to take it out. In NCLEX hospital, everything is correct, everything is right, so you can never be short staffed, you can never not have enough resources and all of that good stuff, right? So once you register for NCLEX, you pass your NCLEX, congratulations. You can either now come in with an agency or direct employee. I came in with an agency. It was easier for me, right? Because my agency was paying some of this money. But unfortunately, most of you will now have to be self-sponsored NCLEX writers. Most agencies expect you to have experience at least a year in a 100-bedded hospital, acute care hospital, not just I am working somewhere, right? They expect you to have, okay, am I a med-surg nurse now? Am I telling them I'm a med-surg nurse? So you have to know everything about medical surgical. You have to know diabetes. You have to know hypertension. You have to know pulmonary embolism. You have to know heart attack. You have to know IV fluid. You have to know blood transfusion. Like, they will give you a checklist of things they expect from you as a medical surgical nurse. If you are a theater nurse, they will give you everything they expect from you as a theater nurse. Unfortunately, US is not very receptive to midwives. They are very careful about their pregnant women and their babies. So if you're a midwife coming into United States, you might not be able to practice as a midwife initially, because I don't want to say you might never be able to practice as a midwife. Initially, you might not be able to practice as a midwife because they are very careful. You can now start working maybe on the medical surgical unit and now say, okay, I want to start transferring my skills into labor and delivery. You want to go and start learning from them, right? You want to say, okay, I'm ready. Do you have extra shifts? Can I shadow and all of that? And when they see you, when they have assessed you very well and say, okay, this person kind of makes sense, they can say, okay, do you want to come in and we'll train you again, right? But they are very careful about their babies and pregnancy. You're right. So why is Noscafi jumping around from being in the ED to the MedSurg to PCU and now in mental health? It's easy for you to navigate. Like I said, you can come in as, you can be a midwife and now come in as a MedSurg nurse and say, okay, I think I'm ready to go back into being a labor and delivery nurse. But you just know that you have to go back to that unit. They have to train you in their ways, right? So all my life in Nigeria, I was in the emergency department of Luth. So I came in as an ED nurse into United States, and that was how I got employed, and I enjoyed it. After a while, I was like, I'm not feeling fulfilled. Is this what I want to do? No. Let me try medical surgical nursing. Let me see if it's going to give me the satisfaction I'm looking for, right? And that's it. Nobody's holding you back. You can do it for 1 month and say, oh, you see, it's not working for me again. Let me go back to where I'm coming from, right? So I tried that for a while. For 3 months, I said, MedSurg is not paying me. I went to PCU. For 3 months, I said, MedSurg is not paying me, right? I was trying it. I was seeing, because you have to be fulfilled. It's a lot of work, right? I tried it and it wasn't giving me the sense of fulfillment I want. And now I say, okay, let me try MedSurg. And I did. Let me try mental health. And I did. I was like, okay, it's kind of making sense. And I've been in MedSurg for 2 years now and I'm enjoying it, right? If tomorrow night I choose, like, okay, maybe mental health is not doing it for me again, let me try cardiac nursing. All I have to do is go back and do my resume and tell them I want to try cardiac nursing. I'm willing. That's just, you have to be willing to learn and start all over again, right? Yes. Because like I said, there are so many specialty. As in insurance, med surge, wound care. Wound care nursing is a specialty in United States. You don't just touch wounds. Like, oh, the patient has a wound and you now want to go and start touching anyhow. No. Wound care is a specialty in United States. So the wound care nurse will come, look at the wound, give their recommendation and tell you this is how you look at it. Then they'll start coming every now and then to see what you are doing on the unit to the wound, right? So it's not like, oh, patient has a wound on our ward and everybody be washing it anyhow you want. No, we don't do that here. That's not what we do. We have wound care nurses. That's a specialty on its own. We have some hospitals have IV nurses, because as a nurse you are expected to know how to set IVs, right? But some hospitals they have IV nurses. Like that's what they do. Once there is a line that
Specifically.
exactly they
Yeah.
come and set lines for you on the unit, especially when it's difficult lines. They come with their ultrasound guided kidney and set the line for you gradually, and they go. That's what they are being paid for in the hospital. Nothing more, nothing else. Just come and say IV for people, right? So that's it. You can be whoever you want to be, right? So all you have to do is just believe, I got this, I can do this, right? You have your nursing license already. Go write iHealth. All you need is 6.5, 7 in speaking. Evaluate your certificate. Which board of nursing do you want to use? Do you want to use Texas? Do you want to use Colorado, or do you want to use New Mexico? Once you have your CES result and your board said you can go and write your exam, do it. Like I said the other time, you have to leverage on the power of people. You can't just come into because I'm here with Nasadesu now. You cannot just come and send message to me and say, "Good afternoon, Spokola. Can I get materials for NCLEX?" They know the do I'm like that. You have to come. No, they're not the time like that. You have to build network, you have to build relationship, you have to look at, okay, this person, how am I going to approach? Some people will just send message to you, "Hi, can I get material for NCLEX?" Or they'll just say hi to you and go on their own way. Later they will now come and send message, "I need material for NCLEX," right?
After 3 months.
Exactly. We don't do it like that. You have to learn to build relationship with people so that you can leverage on them when you need it, right? Because you need materials. There are a lot of materials, there are a lot of resources you can use out there. Okay. What's my next question? No, sorry, Esther. What obstacle do people face when they are relocating?
Yes,
US is long. It like see, like no, sir, your
That's
economy
the problem. That's why people don't want to go to the
US
US.
is long. It took me 3 years. Like from 2016, I didn't enter US until 2019. Is it worth it? Yes, but you would, as in people told me eventually, so are you not going to your US again? Do you understand? People were like, yes, please just don't tell people you are going to US, because especially when you pass your NCLEX, now start asking. US is a long process. You cannot, it can be fast tracked by God though, but you cannot say you want to. But it has to go through the process. Immigration alone on its own takes about 12 to 18 months on its own. On its own. Before you fill your form, before it goes to USCIS and all of that. Culture shock is real. Are very real. You enter US and you're like, God, what am I doing here? Right? I was pregnant when I came into US, and I'm going to use my own typical example. Just imagine pregnant, you are walking on, somebody is asking you, "Hey, what's the sex of your baby? How far along are you?" I'm like, we don't do that where you're coming from, right? We don't do that where you're coming from, right? The weather too. The weather is very close to Canada depending on where you are. Texas is more lenient. Texas is more like Niger weather. When I came in, I was in North Dakota, minus 40 degrees Celsius, minus 50 degrees Celsius. But see, whatever it is, whatever it is, you can scale through. There is nothing that is not scalable. Let me use that English. I don't know.
Abio,
There is nothing that is not scalable. See, once you put your mind to it that
that is
this thing
unscalable.
you will scale through it, right? So that those are the things. Childcare is a big issue here, and I think that's why I wish the owners our economy is actually here. That's why most people try to stay back in UK. Childcare is a big issue here. So most people, if you have partner, you have to do alternate shift. I did night and I never sleep. It's not like this. So that's power of relationship. You see. So that you understand. That's it. Yeah, you have to do alternate shift. Maybe your partner might be doing day shift, you have to do night shift, or you are doing night shift, your partner. Do you understand? Yeah, just have to alternate it to take it. It's expensive. Even at that, I still pay roughly $200 every week for my son to go to daycare, right? So that's $800 per month. That there's no any other expenses there.
Non negotiable.
No clothing, no negotiable. You have to pay ahead of time, collect the amount, right? So that's it. Are there challenges? Yes, but is it possible? You're going to be lonely if you are not going in person. Depression is real. Depression is very real. You don't even know your neighbor. You greet people and they'll look at you like, is everything okay? Why are you talking to me? I'm telling you, like, what's going on? You don't greet people when you get to work. You don't stand and be saying good morning, good morning. It depends on, some hospitals are that nice. Some hospitals are that close that, hey,
Ah,
what's up? How you doing? But some hospital, once you enter like this, just start taking over and do it. And so it's not like, how are you doing? What happened to you yesterday? You can work with people for years and they won't have your phone number. They don't know where you are staying because it's none of their business. I was sick. I had COVID. It was a small town. Nobody came. Nobody called me to say what's up. When they saw me, oh, I heard you were sick. I told them, if you knew heard you I was sick and you really want to know I was, you come and ask of me. But eventually I was like, it's just my Niger spirit that is talking, right? That those are the things you will feel. There's no emotion here. There is no emotion. If you want to do night shift, just tell them, I can't do day shift. I want to be a night nurse. They can't force you to do day. It's not possible. Because if anything happens, you can sue them, right? They can't force you to come to
yeah.
work. Because you know that if you don't come, you're not paid. So it's not their problem. Just give them time. 2 hours ahead. If I'm going to work at 7 and it's at 5, I say I cannot come today. They'll tell you it's okay. Now it's no
No
problem.
matter.
If you want to resign, they tell you to give them 2 weeks notice. But if you go tomorrow and say, I'm tired of working, that's okay. But guess what? If you go back next week and say, okay, I think I want to come back, and they think you are valuable to their team and they need you, wallahi, they will take you back.
They'll
There's no
take you back
emotion.
again.
There's no emotion here. There's like, seriously, there's no,
Wow.
those are things that will shock you. There's no emotion here, right? They don't care. We pay
No
tax. Oh.
time.
We pay tax every paycheck. We get paid every 2 weeks and we pay tax every time. So when people say they want to give you $23 per hour, don't go and start saying 23 by 12. See how much they're collecting. Because they will still remove state tax and they'll still remove federal tax in it. So
Yeah.
don't neuralize money. The people get paid, they pay tax. There are some states that have state tax and they still have federal tax. There are some states that don't have state tax. So people tend to like move into those states and to see how they can navigate things and all of that. I don't know. Is there seriously any other question you want to
Yes, you have
ask?
really done well.
What is your advice regarding relocation with spouse and children? Where are my women? Please, I beg you in God's name. Be on the same page with your partner. If your partner says he's not going anywhere, hey, make sure it's on the same page, yo. Because it's easier for you as a nurse to get a job anywhere. Let me be sincere with you. Relocation can break your marriage and can
Okay.
make it. Because most African men will be frustrated without jobs. Just imagine somebody that is a manager at home or a big boy at home now coming and come and be doing Uber driver. Now coming and come and be hustling for jobs. It is depressing. I'm telling you. Now coming and come and be taking care because in Nigeria you can say go and talk to your maid. There is no maid here. They will change that part. They will change everything. Some men can bring down their ego to that point. So you need to actually sit down and have that discussion and I agree that this is a family goal. This is something we want to do. And I beg you, in God's name, in all the humility you can have, like seriously, this is not me trying to be. See, you will be careful because you will step on eggshell, no matter how spiritual your husband is, no matter how humble he is. At the point it will hit a man when he's not being able to do his responsibility as a man. And those are not the points when you now start eating him with that. If you have green card like I do and you want to come in, if you can come in earlier and stabilize, that's okay. But if you don't have anybody to keep your children with, please, by all means, come with everybody. But know that you are going to try and balance it. You are going to be the mommy, the daddy, the breadwinner for a while, then it will balance up, right? We need to consider that too, because they say when nurses get to United States, they'll become proud and all of that.
Hear me? I can't hear your voice. Now
Can you
start
hear
it.
me? I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Yes,
can
I can
hear you.
hear her very. Yes,
Can you
I
hear me?
can
Maybe
hear.
it's the network. Maybe it's your network.
Yes, I
So
can.
Now,
Maybe
Scotty,
it's
can you hear me?
network. Yes.
yes, I
Yes,
can
I
hear
can
you,
hear you very
Joshua.
well. No.
So
Yes.
Akinyede is asking about gun violence. There's gun violence in United
Ma,
States. There's gun violence everywhere. See, security belongs to God. That's what I say. There's no way you had that you will not die if it's time to die.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear
yes,
you.
we can. We can hear you. Maybe it's just
I can't hear
network issue.
anybody again. No.
Is your network?
Hey, we can hear you. It's network.
I think it's our network.
Yes, ma, just continue.
Okay, so like I tell people, security belongs to God. Yes, there's gun violence in the United States right now. People are dying. There's mental health everywhere. But that's why you have to be careful about the neighborhood you stay. You have to have your choice of states. But if you are coming in with an agency and an hospital, they have to put you where they have opportunity. But see, time passes away anyways. Most of this contract that you sign is 2 years. Before you know it, it will finish, right? And they will never put you in a place that will be at risk to you. But see, something about United States I need to let you know. If something is not paying you,
Wow.
if something is hurting you, if something is difficult, please speak up. Oh. If you don't know something, if you need to clarify
Okay.
something, if you think that okay, I think this place is not safe for me, please speak up. Don't lose your license, because see, if anything happens and anybody reports you to the board of nursing, they'll first seize your license before they ask you that what happened. That's how they do it here. So if something is not clear to you, or you think something is messy, or you feel like you're not safe in the hospital that you have, even if you came in with agency, or even if that hospital is the one that sponsored your green card and everything, if it's not safe for you, you need to speak up and say, this is not right, this is not safe for me. Let them say you are sabotaging, or you are what English I want to use now. You are breaking your rules, their rules or your contract. If it's not safe for you, but as long as there is no problem, you have to continue living, right? There's Boko Haram in Nigeria. There is IPOB, Abi, what are they calling in Nigeria, right? So there's gun violence here. The UK has their own, Canada has their own. We can't, because of that, now run away now, Abi. I ain't going to Canada. If I want to go to Canada, I want to go and play with them. If I want to go to Canada, maybe I want to go and collect their license and come back. Not because I want to go and stay in Canada. Because I still tell you, the diversity, the career progression, and everything you have here, you don't have it in UK, you don't have it in Canada. That's the truth about it. So I'm not going to trade that. And I'm not trying to be spiritual right now. You just have to be more prayerful. And be careful where you go to. Like they will tell you that you're not supposed to be where you shouldn't be. So are you where you should be at that time? Yes, but whatever God says will happen to all of us, right? But you two don't pass your boundary. And but people are fighting it though. People are talking about it, gun violence, and I'm sure they're going to pass a law sometime soon. And if not, we day here, we move. Do we have any other question? Have I answered your question, Nurse Akinyede? Nurse Esther, did I answer you people's question? Okay, everybody has run away.
Yes, ma, you have. You've answered all the questions.
So any other question for me?
Nurses and call it a day. Just a word of advice to all student nurses who are maybe in their year threes or year twos. What you can say to them.
See, the sky is beyond your limit. Whatever we are doing today, you can do better than us. I just need you to put your mind to that School of Nursing is tough. I understand that, but I need you to see that the end result is who you want to be, right? Go through what you have to go through to be what you want to be. So go through that rigor of nursing school, get your license, and you the sky is your limit, is beyond your limit. Like seriously. So I get it. Nursing school is hard, it's tough, but you got it. You can do it. That's what I'm going to tell you. You can do it. I need you to reprogram your mind and tell yourself, I can do this. Whatever I'm going through right now is I'm in the process of becoming whoever. I'm in the process of becoming who I want to become, right? So that's it. Keep your eyes on the goal and get through it. You got this.
Okay, thank you, Nurse Kafia. Thank you so much. We gained a lot from everything that you've said. And trust me, the replay of every message that have been passed through here is going to be an amazing one. So we hope to get more information for you from you. Let me see, you can drop your details on the WhatsApp group here so that we can reach out to you in case we have other questions.
No wild, no problem.
Ma, is that
All right. Thank you
acceptable?
so much, Esther. All right. Bye.
Hello? Hello, Ma. Okay. Yeah, thank you. God bless you. To everyone that's listening to, bye, bye. God bless you, ma. Take care. So, to everyone that's listening to this relocation symposium, we sincerely hope that it has been an amazing one to you and you must have gained a lot from it. So, do well to ask your questions in the comment section or go back to your WhatsApp group whereby you can ask your questions freely. Thank you so much for being part of us. This is 1 hour, 21 minutes, and we sincerely appreciate you. My name is Nasesta Suleiman. Bye. Take care.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of this session. I believe that we have all learned a lot from the UK relocation discussion and from the Canadian relocation discussion and the US relocation discussions from Nurse Ayomi, Ayokunumi, Owolade, and from Nurse Kafayat Popola. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I will expect us tomorrow on Telegram to talk about nursing stepping up the narrative. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful night rest.